For those of you that don't know me, I am half Puerto Rican and half Palestinian. My father is an Israeli-born Palestinian, born in Jerusalem in Jaffa. Unfortunately, back in the 80s, I became my father's co-defendant in a street fight that spiraled out of control, and it cost the life of a precious soul. We were charged with the life of this young man. My father was at the age of 47, 48. I was 15. And a friend of mine at the time, who was my best friend, he was 19. The three of us were charged with murder. Both my friend and my father took the case to trial. They were found guilty and sentenced to 30 years to life. They were not able to be eligible for parole until the 30 years were completed. I, as a juvenile, they had a referral hearing, which means they will determine whether they will remain you as a juvenile or waive you up as an adult. Fortunately for me, I won that referral hearing, and they remained me as a juvenile. And as a juvenile, I took a plea bargain of aggravated manslaughter, and I was sentenced to 4 years in New Jersey to the New Jersey Training School for Boys in Jamesburg, Monroe. I pretty much did the whole sentence because of the way I was in there. I was rebellious and always getting into fights. I was released in 1991. I believe I was 19 years old. While my father and my friend were sent to the state prison in Trenton State Prison in New Jersey, to begin their 30-year sentence. In 91, when I was released, I immediately boarded a ship like Jonah, a plane, to Chicago to be with my brother. My indignation and my bitterness of how my father's family didn't help my mother, considering my mother's mental state at the time. She found herself in the mental ward in Puerto Rico by the care of her sisters, who continue to take care of her to this day. God bless their souls. And my bitterness because of that caused me to go out and bring harm and devastation to the members of my father's family, who also had businesses in Chicago. There was a liquor grocery store on the south side of Chicago where my brother had worked for this particular uncle of mine, who is now deceased. I got my brother to go with me and convinced him that they forgot about mom and they didn't visit dad, and so forth goes the story of woe me, right? Woe is me. We walked into that liquor grocery store, both armed. I put a gun in his hand and taught him what to do. Pretty much we robbed the store and was out of there within minutes. We returned to New Jersey, and no more than 2-3 weeks later, the Chicago authorities came and arrested my brother and I. We were booked and charged for armed robbery and a murder armed robbery, which happened across the street from that store. That murder armed robbery we did not do, but we fitted the modus operandi. So here I found myself with my only brother, my only sibling, my younger brother, who 2 years younger than me at the time.